Hey guys, this is KG here. This is going to be a video for people that want to become sword bearers, or even people that want to get better at being a sword bearer. I hope this video helps you, and I hope what I tell you helps you as much as it helped me when I first learned this. So, what you're going to want to do is go to the moon and go to the Sword of Crota mission. And just start doing the mission as you normally would. When you get to that first room in the temple, you are going to want to kill everything in there, for the reason that you will be going in there later, and you don't want to have to kill everything then. I just think it's easier to kill everything before you even come into this room. Now when you get into this room, of course you're going to have to kill everything in it, and then you're going to have to pick up the sword. Now, at this point, it will tell you to pick up the sword and lure them out. Now usually what you do, you pick up the sword and you start killing everything. But if you're going to want to train to be a sword bearer, you're not going to do that. You're going to want to pick up the sword, come over here, through these doors, and up into this room. Now, in here, nothing will attack you. There will be no enemies that will spawn. Nothing will bother you. And you have an infinite amount of time with the sword. It will never disappear. Now I say it will never disappear. At some point the sword will despawn. But that is after 15-20 minutes maybe. That's at least. And when that happens, you can just go back into that room and pick it up again. So, now some actual tips on sword bearing. If you're just starting out, you're going to want to do just the 666 normal Crota kill. So, as any class, when you pick up the sword, you don't have to stop and wait to pick it up to start running. Oh wow, it disappeared. Okay. So, I'm guessing you cannot drop the sword. I think that's a big... I didn't know that until now. But yeah, so don't drop the sword. There you go. Tips for the win. If you drop the sword, it will disappear. Now, as I was saying, I'm not going to drop it this time, but when you go to pick up the sword, you don't have to stop and look at it until you pick it up. You can actually run through it, and if you just hold down square, or God, what is it on Xbox? I can't even remember. I'm going to do this on PS4. If you just hold down square while you're running, by the time you get past it, you will have already picked it up. Now, for starters, as I said, you were going to want to do the 666 combo. So when you're up on that rock, if you're a hunter, crouch, do your stealth thing. If nothing else, tell them to shoot after your first jump. So as soon as you start jumping up there, tell them to shoot. And you're not going to want to get too close to Crota until he does go down. So when you get up there and Crota does go down, just hit your R2. Now what most people do is they'll run up to him and stand there and do their R2, and as you see, that is very, very slow. So what you're going to want to do when you run up to Crota is just keep pressing forward. You don't have to be sprinting. But just keep moving forward, and your swings will come in much faster than they normally would. Another tip, you don't want to slam the button. What you want to do is slam and then wait until your person starts standing up again. It will be a much smoother, much quicker slam. The other thing is you don't have to pound your trigger in. If you don't want to time it, just get your trigger about halfway and just lightly press it. That will help a lot. So, as a hunter, you're going to run up there, do your 3 hits, drop the sword and blink strike, and then pick the sword back up and wait for him to go down again. But as a Titan or a Warlock, you're going to want to run up to him, hit him 3 times, turn around and run back. Now, you don't have to turn around after you hit him on that 3rd strike. You can actually do it while you press that 3rd hit. So you can press that 3rd hit and then start turning around as soon as that's done. You can even jump and swing out of there. But you're going to want to land back on the rocks that you jumped up there on. And then, same process, as soon as his shield goes down, your teammates will either shoot or you say shoot, you start jumping back up there. And as he's going down, start swinging again. Run down, same process, rinse and repeat. Now then, if you're trying to do, if you're a little bit more experienced sword bearer, you can get 4 hits on Crota. But here's something that I do all the time. I don't use slams to down Crota. I use combos. And now, the 2 combos that I use are the uppercut combo, which is R1, R1, R2. Looks like this. You do it twice, which I'm messing up right now for some reason. You do it twice, and then you do a slam, and then you, oh, I dropped it. Oh, did it not disappear? No? Okay. You do it twice, and then you do a slam. And then you can blink strike out of it as a hunter. Now then, as a Titan or Warlock or someone just learning this combo, you're just going to want to do these the 2 uppercuts, and then get out of there. Because to get that last slam in, you have to hit Crota before his shield even goes down. Now this, you're probably going to want to do with a group that you're very experienced with, and you've had a lot of time with. Because you know what their rockets can do when they can go down, and how fast they're going to shoot after you give the command. Because to pull off the entire combo, you're going to want to hit Crota just before his shield goes down and he starts taking a knee. Because if not, you're going to get that last hit and it's not going to count. Now doing this combination, you can kill Crota in 2 swords. There's another combination, which is an uppercut combo, a slash and a hammer, a slash and a slam. Now, a tip for your slashes, to make them much faster, if you're doing the slash and slam combination, when you slash and slam, while you're coming up, you want to press R1 again about halfway through your stand-up. Because if you don't, it looks like this, and if you do, it looks like this. It's a little faster. Now when you do that, after you swing, you can hold down your slam button, and he will do the slam. You don't have to press R1 and then press it. It might be a little slower. You just hold it down. It'll be rather quick. So the combination goes like this: R1, R1, R2, R1, R2, and then R1, R2, which I messed up there. That does slightly more damage than the normal double uppercut and the slam. It doesn't do a lot, but it does just enough more to where if you couldn't have gotten the enrage, that you might. Now, I don't know if it's slower or faster than the first combo. I have no idea. Another thing, for hunters, if you're going to stealth when you get on the rock, you don't have to double jump and fall onto it and just start crouching. If you can time it right, you can float right onto it and crouch as you're landing, and you'll be able to get there and hit Crota much quicker than you normally would, which might give you a little time with the sword. Now, if you have, let's say, 3 or 4 Titans in your group that you run with, you can ask them before you spawn the crystal and do all that fun stuff to go up next to where Crota would be and spawn some orbs. And in doing that, when you're doing your combos or your slams or whatever you're doing, if you want to use a super, don't wait until it's over and then hit the super, because you can do it at any point. So let's say you got this off, that uppercut would have landed onto Crota and then the super right after it. So you don't have to do your uppercut, wait, and then do it. You can do it as that uppercut hits, and it will still land. And it's the same with the slams. The slam super combo is extremely effective if you have lots of orbs next to Crota. Using the slam super combo, you can kill Crota with one sword. It's difficult to do because he does have to be down 3 times, and you do have to have the sword that long, but you can do it. And doing that, you're not gonna want to have to do your slam, wait, and then your super. You pretty much want to get them to hit at the same time, which looks a lot like this. That's what you're going to want it to look like. Because Crota has 250,000 health. In one slam and a super, if you do that 3 times, it does 100,000. I'm sorry. You do it. If you do it 3 times, and then you do your blink strike or whatever, and then come up to him and do it again, which is 6, it does 100,000. Then you do it again in 2 swords. And if you need to, you down it the 3rd time. But if you have the opportunity to use a super, you don't have to wait to finish whatever you're doing to use it. You can just use it as you're doing it. So if you think Crota's going to stand up a little early and you're doing your combo, you can just throw it in there and then leave. Another tip for sword bearers: after the 2nd time of hitting him and you're about to leave the platform, double jump and swing backwards. You can do that, but sometimes you will hit Crota. So a nice thing I like to do is, like, let's say I'm doing the combo and I do that slam, do the turnaround, double jump, and then just swing out of there. And what I do, I just swing into Ogre Room, because you should have the sword long enough to literally just swing down, over, and then into the Ogre Room. And then you can get to wherever you need to from there. Or you can just stand there and wait for Crota to go back middle and then kill sword bearer. So that's about it that I have for sword bearers. Just remember the Sword of Crota mission. Try not to drop the sword too much when you're practicing, because like I showed it, I think it disappears. I don't know if it does or not, but it seems like it does when you pick it up, or not pick it up, when you drop it. So, there you go, guys. That's about it. Just remember this mission. I hope everything I said helped. I'm just gonna sit here and finish this mission now. I'll see y'all later.
Lots of movement all around us. The princes are coming for the sword.